So welcome to the November 30th edition of the Kubernetes SIG CLI biweekly meeting. I am your host, Sean Sullivan, and we have a slightly new format. Thanks to Katrina for modernizing our format. I will get into the announcements immediately, and then we'll follow along on the agenda, which looks very light today. So the only thing that we have on our agenda, on our announcements, is that the 126 release is scheduled for Tuesday, December 6th. I haven't heard anything to change that date, nor have I heard anything about the 127 dates. If anyone has heard any updates, please let us know whenever you get the chance. Does anyone else have any announcements? Okay, so why don't we welcome our new members? So if there's anyone who is new to the SIG CLI or hasn't been here for a while and would like to meet your colleagues, this is your chance to speak up and say hi. This is completely voluntary. It looks like there's quite a few of us that are regular members. I'm not sure if I see anyone else who I don't recognize. Okay, why don't we then move on to the next agenda item, which is going to be sub-project and kept updates. Katrina, would you like to talk about Kustomize?
Yeah, I just wanted to give a quick note that something that we brought up, the Kustomize team has brought up at previous SIG CLI meetings was whether or not it would be acceptable for us to release a v5 that had some breaking changes that we had long wanted to make for some like long deprecations, that sort of thing, because we go up into kubectl. And the consensus had been that, yes, we can do that. We need to be able to move Kustomize forward. And we now expose the version of Kustomize very explicitly in kubectl. So that was going to be fine. Well, we have decided to actually do that, to take the opportunity to do it as our next release. So we're going to be looking at cutting a v5, hopefully sometime in December. So we're still gathering what features are going to be included and which of the deprecations we can actually finish as part of that. But just wanted to give a heads up that we're aiming for that. So if you have any feedback or any things that you think really should be included, please reach out to Natasha and I.
Are you planning some kind of a blog post or anything to let the users know that we bumped the customized version to a newer one, especially outlining the stuff that are removed, broken, changed in a significant manner for users?
Well, we always have to write that all up in the release notes, which I think is where we are always telling people to look. And the automated script that we use to update kubectl like puts in a link to those release notes in the kubectl release notes. So that's like the chain we usually use. If that's not sufficient, then we could definitely consider doing something else.
Okay, shall we move on to the next KEP or sub-project, which currently doesn't exist in the agenda? Is there another sub-project that would like to give an update?
Nothing has happened recently on the CUI front, so nothing much to report there. Just working on internal stuff in the last couple months.
Thanks, Nick.
On the translations KEP, I don't really have a really good update. The PR is still gathering some feedback. There's been a few comments made, so thanks for that for people who have done that. There's a PR that's sort of related to the KEP that I think it was linked in the last SIG meeting that could use a review. where basically the hack update translations script is broken. So when I looked at that and I fixed it. When I reran it, I realized that the translations haven't even been updated for a year and a half. So that's kind of some context for how far behind the translations are getting. But so yeah, if somebody wants to review that PR, that would be great. Or definitely comments on the KEP are appreciated. There's been some good comments already, so thanks.
Is that script like a bash script, the translations?
Yes, it's a bash script, and it calls some executable, like a get text or something like that, or I can't remember exactly what it calls, some other executable that extracts the all the I18N strings out of the code and puts them into the PO files so they can be edited using something like PO edit or something like that.
Do you have a link to that PR handy to put in the agenda?
Yeah, I'll put it in. I'll put in the agenda.
Thank you.
Okay, why don't we move on to the next open discussion section if we're finished with the KEP updates and the sub-project updates. The first item on the agenda, and the only one so far, has to do with the maintainer track session at KubeCon EU next April. Not sure who.
It was me. Sorry, I didn't put my name on it.
No worries. So what did you have in mind? First of all, the KubeCon EU 2023 is in Amsterdam in April, correct? And so this is about. Sorry, I'll just let you discuss it.
Yeah, looking up the dates real quick, it seems to be mid April 17th to 21st. Yeah, so what I wanted to bring up is that the maintainer track session call for proposals just opened. So SIG CLI leads will be submitting a proposal for what we'll speak about at that session that we generally do. And the standard format that we use, we like to update everybody about what's been going on in the SIG in the last time, especially since the previous KubeCon. But we also usually have that segment at the end where we just discuss a topic that we think is of interest to folks at the SIG. And so, we want to talk about what is useful to you, what you're interested in, what you think is the best use of that time. So if you have ideas for topics for that part of the session, please let us know on in the SIG CLI channel on Slack. And the other thing is that we can also invite other SIG members who are not necessarily the leads to talk about a topic themselves. So if you have something that for your sub project or just related to SIG CLI in general that you would like to propose to speak about, that could be possible too. So we would love to hear your ideas. That's all I wanted to say about it. Unless you have anything else to add, much air, Sean.
I'm not sure what
I don't. Yeah. So I think in the past it's been like the chairs or the tech leads who've been the maintainer track speakers, but I think that in the future it can be even wider. Anyone in the SIG who wants to talk about something that is of general interest to the rest of the SIG.
Yeah, and we still have to submit the proposal ourselves, but yeah, we can nominate anybody who's interested. And that's been made very explicit in the new process, which is great.
Okay, I'm leaving a lot of blank time in there because there's really not a whole lot else in the open discussion here. So If there isn't anything else, I'm going to give everybody 45 minutes back. Is there, again, we've got plenty of time, so is there anything else that we want to address in our SIG meeting? Okay, we'll make this a short meeting, give everybody time back, and appreciate everybody showing up. And we will see you again in 2 weeks. Next week, we have the bug scrub. So we'll see you then.
Thanks, Sean. Bye.